Hi, this is Debbie Baker. Thanks for watching. We really do appreciate it. We isn't even me, just me and George in my pocket, or Pip as he walks across the screen. It's me and the person who helps me with these videos. And listen, if any of you ever want somebody to help you with videos, please call me. I recommend him without reservation. He's been a joy to me and a gift. On a more serious note, my cat's gonna play with the blinds. I told you we were going to do a series, based upon the article from Accounting Nerd, and this one's about figure. What does it say? Account for your family's needs, and that's about like it's a lot about life insurance and what kind of assets you're leaving. The thing I learned when I first started practicing was, which had never occurred to me, was people will get life insurance for if it's a couple for the breadwinner, however you define that. Whoever's earning appreciably more money. What they don't consider is having life insurance on the person who's earning less money or the parent who has the blessing of being able to stay at home. And then when something happens, they don't have any financial fallback to pay for things that they weren't formerly paying for prior to that mishap. So I'm pretty good at asking people when I work with married couples who are doing planning is, A, do you have enough life insurance? And B, do you have the spouse who's not contributing equally insured? And if they're contributing equally, you certainly want to have them insured because we all know how many families really need both incomes to make ends meet. So you really want to do that. And your financial advisor is the one to talk to about how much you need and how long you need it. Do you need term insurance? Do you need whole life insurance? It's all very, very personal decisions based upon how your family is set up, what stage of development they're in, and but you want to do it. I heard a terrible story once. It was a tragic story, which convinced me of the value of life insurance from a person who was a very successful life insurance salesperson. And he was on a board of directors and he felt uncomfortable asking everybody on the board, not all at once, but over time, whether they were insured or sufficiently insured. And one of his board members died. And the board raised enough to pay for a funeral or something like that, but nowhere near what the family needed once this person was gone. And he vowed he would never, ever not ask. And I think about that sometimes when I'm asking people I've never met before, do they have an estate plan? Because it doesn't matter if people work with me, if they find somebody they want to work with, and certainly if they're not in Florida, I'm not allowed to help them. I just want them to have it. I don't want their family to have to pick up pieces that could have been avoided if the person had done the plan, gotten around to it, put it on the top of their pile, taken a deep breath, and stepped in and realized they weren't going to die if they put together a plan. So what else did I want to see? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit in this one about directives, which is also accounting for your needs. And the two directives I want to talk about here for a minute or two is wills versus trusts. So a will is a document that you put together, let somebody know how you want your estate distributed once you pass. The trust is one when you put together, often recommended by me anyway, if there are minor children, since they can't inherit until they're 18, if they own substantial property, and if they really want to avoid probate. A will can create a probate situation. A trust does not, if everything's properly done. Um, so if you've got those done, great. The other one I want to talk about here, and we're going to talk about the financial ones next time. Well, not the financial ones, living wills, healthcare surrogates, final disposition. I'm going to talk about those next time, is you want to do a power of attorney. It's a financial power of attorney, which gives somebody the right to make financial decisions for you, access your bank accounts, sell property, buy property, close a business, run a business. And in Florida, it goes into effect as soon as you sign it. I did some research recently which talked about why an old type of power of attorney did not serve. It was called a springing power of attorney and did not go into effect until somebody became incapacitated. The challenge was who defined incapacitated and how long did it take to get that settled. Well, a story I heard a long time ago was a woman who had a, power of attorney, no, did not have a power of attorney from her father, who owned a veterinary practice, and he died. And she had no access to any of his money. He had designated beneficiaries, no access to any of his money. Fortunately, had the money to pay his bills himself. But if he'd done some planning, made her a beneficiary on his accounts, it would have been different. So the power of attorney is for somebody to step in, and you have to choose somebody you trust not to, my expression, clean you out as soon as they know they have the power, but somebody who will use it judiciously and in your best interest. It does not have to be a family member. Could be your best friend, could be your CPA, could be your attorney, but you need somebody to have that financial power of attorney to do all those things that need to be done while you're still living that at some point you may not be able to do. And the durable part means it stays in effect if you become incapacitated, however that's defined. So for today, we talked about, you want to talk about your family's needs, assessing them for life insurance, which is something that, you know, gets collected after you die for the most part, for doing a will or a trust, and for having that power of attorney. And next time, we'll talk about those other directives. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.